Hello, Potato. We're building some Lego today, but there's a little bit of a story behind it first. Recently, I think last week when we did the collectible minifigure series, I talked about how I'd gone to the store looking for a particular item that they said they didn't have. And that item would be Kit 10350, the Tudor Corner's this year's addition to the modular city, because it is time to set up my modular city. And I was going to wait on it. It didn't need to be bought immediately. It's going to be around for a couple of years. But they released a promo kit with it that you only got if you bought that particular set. And so we popped over to the Lego store, figured, if they have it, I'll pick it up and get the promo kit. I don't think they've done a promo kit with a modular build before. They've done them with other things like the Eiffel Tower and that ship that came out last year in November that I can never remember the name of. But I remember it came with Shackleford's lifeboat if you bought it during Insider Weekend or Black Friday weekend. And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to let that go by. So we went into the Lego store, and naturally they didn't actually have any on the shelf. We asked. They said they didn't have any at all. I went and bought the minifigures instead, and we did that video probably last weekend from when this releases. But as we were leaving, I think he's the manager. He's always there anyways. He pulled aside and said, "Hey, were you looking for Tudor Corner?" And I said, "Well, yes I am." He said, "Let me go looking back." And he came out a short time later with this plain brown box. The only time I've ever received a Lego kit in a box of this is when I've ordered it from Lego, because this is just how they ship the big sets from there. And he said this was Tudor Corner. Now I have no reason to doubt him. I mean, it does say 10350 on the front, which is the number for Tudor Corner. And they did throw in the corner kiosk. Now I'm not sure if this actually fits in on this kit somewhere, because if it doesn't, it may not get put together immediately. But we did get it. So whatever is in this box, at least we got the promo kit, which was the limited time thing. I think that's already ended. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever received, not in the mail or from delivery, a Lego kit in a box like this. They just stuck a handle on it. They didn't have any big bags, and they didn't want to take it out. I'm assuming because they didn't want anybody else who might be in the store looking for it, and we're also told they were out of it, that they in fact had one. I don't know why they had one back there. I don't know if they only had one back there, but he sold it to me, and I'm happy for that. So, first thing we need to do is open the shipping box. It's, where's the... Oh, here's the bottom area. This is the bottom here. And see that if it is, in fact, Tudor Corner that we're building today. If it's not Tudor Corner, well, we'll build whatever it is. Especially if it's something... you see all those pictures online people post of they ordered X from Lego and they got something generally nicer, or they got 2 of X or whatever. That never happens for me. Let's see if that happened today. That didn't happen today, but that's fine, because it is what I went in there for. Oh, the handle. Like, what is it catching on? It's catching on the handle. It is, in fact, Modular Building Collection 10350 Tudor Corner. Let's get it out of the box. All right, we're all out of the box now. Here it is, Lego Kit 10350, part of the Modular Buildings collection, part of the Icons line. Has been for 2 or 3 years now. They started calling the Modular Buildings part of the Icons line. It is Tudor Corner. Now, stylistically, I don't think this really fits in with the modular series as it exists. It feels a little more English, and I want to say the modular series to me feels a little more mid-century United States. Well, the department store and the fire station stuff. This feels a little more, a little more English. It's the old guarded inn. It's fine, because while I say mid-century, at the same point, I skipped the diner because it looked a little 60s, 70s diner, a little less like something that, I guess maybe early mid-century, like 30s, 40s would be where I would normally put, I think, a lot of the stuff from the Modular Buildings collection. I'm trying to think, because it's very unclear as to where it's supposed to be. I'm trying to think if any of the sets have computers in them. Because that would be a good mark of time, and I don't think any of them do. But yeah, this one feels a little more English, and that's fine. Because I do like the design of it. And I don't really see anywhere for that newspaper stand to go. I guess you would take these bollards out here and put it there. But it is a new corner set. Luckily, I do have room for 2 blocks on my current display, so I can have more than 2 corners, which is good because I think I have 3 corners now. I may only have 2 corners now. I know I have the gas station and the Emporium, and that may be it. I think the only thing in the front row now, the new front row, is the museum. Maybe one other thing. Yeah, I gotta set that up. I haven't set it up yet. So in this set, we have 3,266 pieces, which is why I think it's probably going to be a 2-part video. I don't think I'm going to do this all in a single sitting. I mean, the videos will come out one after the other, but I'm going to need a break in the middle of doing it. We have a number of minifigures. Looks like we have, 5 proper minifigures. Oh, no, I guess 6, because he's not pictured here. Plus a mannequin of some sort. And, yeah, we have a little chimney sweep. You can do like your own little Mary Poppins thing. And we have this kind of very interesting tricycle. I don't think I've ever seen Lego have that in one of their sets before. This kid, of course, for ages 18 and up, not because it's not appropriate, just because it is bloody huge. So yeah, last year's was that one, the museum there. I put that together last year. You can go back and watch that video if you are interested in seeing that. The Jazz Club's one that I have, but I have never put together. I have 2 or 3 of these modular sets that I haven't put together because I didn't have room for them when I got them. I know I have the Jazz Club, I have Assembly Square, I think there might be one more in there that I've never put together. And maybe something, the thing is, if I put them together now, well, next year there will be another set. Because they have not done with these so far what they did with like the Winter Village, which was re-release the original set. Because I am missing a couple of the original sets. I don't have the Brick Bank, I don't have the movie theater, I don't have, I think it was a Green Grocer was one of the early ones I didn't get. I don't have the diner, but that was intentional. I just didn't get the diner. And I still haven't picked up the bed and breakfast, which I probably should if I want to, because, boutique hotel, because that's been a couple years now. That's probably getting ready to retire that one. I should look. But let's see what we have in here. We have, looks like lots of goodies. So, it is. I was running from the mannequin if that was a haberdashery. It does say haberdashery on it. Which is another thing that makes me feel like this is maybe a little bit more European, where a lot of the stuff is, I think, more American coded. I mean, of course, Lego's not an American company. I just feel like a lot of this is fairly US coded, except this feels very American. Who in America uses the term haberdashery? I want to say the majority of the times I've heard the word haberdashery is in the theme song to Are You Being Served, which is, of course, British. All right, let's open up and see what we have here. Figure out how I'm going to do this. Also figure out, like, do we have stickers? So we have a clock shop. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing that's above, because that little clockmaker guy is there. I'm guessing that's above the old guarded inn. Also interesting, that would be, to me, that's coded as a pub. I suppose there's a plausible deniability there, but I feel like that is a pub. All right, well, you can see inside the box here, it is chock-a-block full of blocks. So let me do a jump again and get these out and see how much we're dealing with here. Everything is unpacked now. We have 20 bags. So yeah, my goal will be then, this video will do parts 1 through 10. In the second part of the video, we'll do parts 11 through 20. But aside from the 20 bags, which you can see, none of them are paper. We still don't have a paper bag, or do we? We do also have this bag of, I'm gonna guess, plates for the upper floors. We have what I would have thought, taking it out, was the instruction booklet, because usually they come in these, but this actually, I think, is the actual base plate, which is different. Because I want to say that normally these modular builds don't come with a base plate as a base plate, but they come with normal bricks as base plates. So I'm wondering how this will affect, because these are a little bit thinner than normal plates, how this will affect how it locks together with the neighboring buildings. I mean, obviously it works, they show it on the box, but yeah, usually the instructions come in this. Instead, what I'm assuming the instructions come in this, which is technically a paper bag. Am I going to count it? Because no, because there's no Lego parts in it. It's the book. The book has come instead of in a cardboard sleeve and a paper sleeve, which, okay, but still, 2025. How many years ago did they say they were going to start putting these things in paper? And I have still yet to. Now I have bought more kits than I've put together. I have kits from the last few years that I've never opened. They may have paper in them, but none of the ones I've actually built have had bricks in a paper bag. But I suppose this counts for something in that it is in a paper bag, but I'm still not going to count it as being a paper bag like for the parts, because these usually come in a cardboard sleeve anyways. Not a paper. Oh, this is, oh, that opens interesting. Huh, interesting. Right, so here is our big old chunky book. We have no decals unless they're stuck inside the box. That's happened to me before. I found the decals stuck in the box when I got to a step in the instructions that said we needed them. Here's our big, thick instruction booklet, which shows in it that there should be things coming in paper, but I still haven't had that. Here's some words about the set if you'd like to pause and read them. Undeniably British accent. Okay, so see, I'm correct in thinking this one feels a little more international than the other ones. But again, I mean, Lego's not an American company, so it actually would be kind of weird if they made everything geared just towards Americans. Some more information here about the Old Guarded Inn. A deep affection for craftsmanship and traditional British culture are felt in the finest haberdashery notions. Clockmaker, all right. Chimney sweep, which is also something not something I necessarily assume is British, but I suppose, I mean, you know, as an American, my biggest exposure to a chimney sweep is Dick Van Dyke and his horrible, horrible accent. Great actor, not a good British accent. The weather forecast calls for rain. Fortunately, this lady is well prepared. Her hat and fashion style are influenced by passengers' Lego Ideas the Orient Express train. It's another one I need to put together. I need to find a place for it. Then that hat's from the Fantastic Beasts figures, isn't it? Was it Tina's hat? So I feel like, you know, we're trying to set a time period then. So yeah, it's definitely not modern. If it's meant to be like Orient Express era. That's putting us, what, like 50s, post-World War II? Orient Express was post-World War II, wasn't it? Oh no, it's post-World War I, isn't it? Poirot served in World War I, didn't he? So, maybe pre-World War II? Maybe for this set anyways. I'm going to say that the other ones, like the Emporium stuff, that's very 50s, maybe early 60s coded to me. But what do I know? Well, I need to clear some of this up. How many steps are there in this? It's a lot of steps, and that's why it's going to be 2 videos. Oh, I don't feel like this is accurate. This must start over 589 steps. No, okay, that's fairly accurate. All right. So 589 steps to, the old clock is running a little late. The clockmaker can take care of that after his lunch break. See, that's one of the ones that do have all the little words in here. I won't be stopping to read them all. I mean, I'll read them all. I'm not going to stop to read them all to you. But of course, you can go into the Lego app, probably by scanning this QR code, and you can follow along in there if you so desire. So yeah, I'm going to clean up, put the 10 bags. We're not doing it, probably not leave the box here because I'm going to need the space because it's going to be a big set. Because look, here's the footprint of it. And we'll go into the fast forward. So I'll see you on the other side. All right, I think that's a good place to stop with kit 10350, Tudor Corners. We are approximately halfway through, not quite halfway through, judging by the step count here. We're only at 229 out of 580 something, 589. So we're a little less than halfway through per the instructions, but we are halfway through the bags. We've done bags 1 through 10. Although it looks like 1 through 9 would have been a better cutting off point, because 10 did start us here on the second floor. But we do have the ground floor complete. I guess it would be the, oh, looks like something, am I missing something here? That looks like it should have something coming out of it, doesn't it? But maybe that comes later. Yeah, there's nothing showing in the instructions here, so that's probably something that's going to come up later on. So we do have, what, 4 minifigures now out of the, well, I mean 5 if you count the mannequin and the haberdashery window. So lots of little details in this, lots of little references to other kits. The flowers here come from the florist in Assembly Square. The haberdasher here is the source of the equipment for the tailor in the jazz club. And in case you were wondering, because yeah, I certainly was, this is not a pub. Apparently it is actually a coffee shop according to the owner, which is why even though we have bottles of stuff here, it's got a big coffee machine as well. And there's appear to be some bacon, eggs, and toast on the bar for breakfast. Now, unfortunately on this, I did, well, that door might be on backwards too. I put some of this front wall on backwards. I had to dismantle a good chunk of it to get that window shade on, but I'm fearing I may have, yeah, I put the door on backwards too. I'm going to have to fix that as well. Not right now though, I'll fix that before we do the next part. But yeah, that doorknob should be on the outside and the door should open outwards, not inwards. I totally reversed those things. And this is not easy to get apart, but you know, I'll do it. Got to get it right. Fun little details in this portion. We do have R2-D2 legs here as the kind of decorative pieces. I do wish they fit more like flush with the upper level there, just because they are wobbly. But also fun. I mean, we've seen R2 legs used in things before, but we have Battle Droid legs for the railing up here on what will be the clockmaker's, I guess, workshop slash house. We'll go, oops, like that. We do have a little trapdoor too. I'm not sure, I didn't see anything that explains why there's a trapdoor leading down into the haberdasher shop. So I should know it's into the kitchen for the old guarded inn, which I think is somewhat even weirder. But maybe there'll be explanations farther into the manual, like explains like the fact this is kind of weirdly shaped, is that the road used to be different out in the front in olden times. The bar in the coffee shop there is the original bar that was built with the building, presumably back when it actually was a pub. Interesting little details. We have what I'm assuming must be a like either a window or a vent into the bathroom, which you can no longer really get into once you've put it together. But there's a toilet in there. I'm sure you saw it when I was putting together. But yeah, that toilet's actually entirely inaccessible now. Oh, there's the other guy. I thought we had one other guy. Here he is. Had him out with the trash. He would be the guy who works in the haberdashery. That's our clockmaker. We have the bartender in there at the bar. And I don't know if these are supposed to be customers or who they're supposed to be, but they're people in here. We have a little coat of arms here. I've never seen, I don't think these pieces, but we have a few instances of those in this kit. What else is there? What else is there to say? Because, I mean, when I do the second half of this, I'm not going to remember to cover this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of these plants on the outside. They're just kind of a pain. But I do like the little haberdasher shop. I like the way they've done the little spools of thread and presumably yarn. Love the little hat displays. We do have in the back here a new type of dumpster, which does not have a hinge on it, unfortunately, but does have a dead fish in it. And fairly common for the backs of buildings in the modular builds. We do have some plants growing building, which I'm sure will continue onto the second floor. Yeah, overall, I mean, it's a little challenging for me to follow the instructions on some of this. Also a little challenging just because lots of fiddly bits. And I got the big giant rock biter hands, which were not in my favor. But I am really liking the way it looks. I'm not looking forward to fixing that because this was kind of difficult to put on to begin with. Something wasn't lining up properly. I wasn't getting, it was this piece here. It still isn't, because it's not, this should be holding, I need to go back to the instructions. I feel like this is not, this feels like maybe maybe I missed a layer, because that doesn't hold in place properly, like at all. It wants to pull up, there we go. I mean, it's still very weak. It's could snap apart very easily, but again, these are display kits, not play kits. You set up a story, you can leave it that way. You don't really muck about with it too much once you've got it set up. So yeah, before the next part of this, I will fix that door. And it took about 2 hours in real time to do all of this. I think probably about 14, 15 minutes in fast forward time. But I mean, at the end, it's going to be worth it. Probably another 2 or maybe 2.5 hours for that second half. Just I feel like there's going to be a lot more fiddly bits here. We do have the second and I believe third floor as well to build, and all the roof. Yeah, bag 9 in particular, it's like all fiddly bits with these plants. It's like, oh, that's gonna be a quick bag. No, it's just all small parts. But it is enjoyable, even if it's a tiny, tiny bit challenging. And again, at the end of it all, I'm sure it'll look good. And again, hopefully this trapdoor here will make more sense. Oh, that is not on properly at all, is it? There we go. Hope this little trapdoor here will make sense. Probably some reference to back in the past, although if this was meant to be an English pub, there wouldn't have been an issue of... Oh wow, I've just totally forgotten the term. For the period in the US where the alcohol, for the period in the US where alcohol was banned. Prohibition, there it is. The old mind is starting to fail. What am I starting to fail? It's been failing for a long time. But, yep, very cute so far. Got to fix that door. And move on to part 2 of this, which for you, by the time this video is released, or by the time you've gotten to this point of the video, assuming you watch it the moment it comes out, part 2 should already be up and available to view. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. But if you found part 1 at all interesting or entertaining, if you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. If you saw anything else that I've messed up here, let me know. I mean, hopefully I'll fix it before doing part 2. But yeah, let me know. But also, have you built this? What did you think of it? What did you think of the challenge level? Let me know about that in the comments as well. And then go on and watch part 2, where I will see you in just a moment in the next video.